So today we're upgrading a computer system to make infinite amounts of money. First, we gotta set up the initial money-making scheme by downloading some things from the network to a text downloader, which will collect the things for us, but we don't want it to go to the bin, so we should delete that connection, and then we keep it. Now we have a text. And then what we can do with those texts is get an uploader here, drag it right down here, and then connect it, so that we start to upload the text. We just gotta make sure that we have upload speed going as well, and now we're uploading it. Once that's done, we start to get a little bit of money. But of course, we need somewhere to actually collect the money, so we get a collector. Very accurately named. Connect it right to there, and now it's sending the money to here. And then we get rid of this bin because we don't need that. And now that money is ending up here, we can actually collect it. Now we have $300. And we also get a couple of coins here for uploading the first file. And with that money, we can upgrade the network speed to download and upload things quicker, 11 bits per second. I don't think this computer is gonna be gaming anytime soon, but we can still make the most of it. Upgrade the system again, and after a little bit, we got some new upgrades available. So we take the $920 that we have, and then we can increase the value of text files by doubling. So instead of 100 per file, we get 200. Upgrade the network speeds again. Now there are some other nodes that we can access, like inventory, a folder, stores files of the same type and combines them in a single output. That would be good if we had more than one text downloader going, which we could do by splitting the download speed. And then we get a folder going over here. So you go there, and then you go here instead of there, and then the output goes to here. Now, even though our download speed is halved, it is still keeping up with the demand of the uploader, especially if we just upgrade things again. And now we have $3,000 waiting. Oh, and a little coin appeared over here. Not sure what we can do with those yet, but we can also unlock some new technologies like a central processing unit. So now we got some CPU nodes available, like the actual processor provides clock speed, 100 hertz, and then we can sell that clock speed in exchange for money. Not sure what crypto scheme this is a part of, but now that's a passive earning of money, and a lot of it at a time. 200 per second? That's way better than our initial thing. But let's get the collector over here, and now we have two inputs for the collector. So in a matter of seconds, we can earn $10,000, which makes upgrading the value of the text way easier. We can also add a core to the processor if we got $1 million. But let's upgrade our download and upload speed first. Collect all of this, upgrade again. So already our initial system is earning $256 per second. We just gotta keep collecting here, and now we can upgrade the clock speed to 200 hertz, $400 a second. Now we just collect everything again, and we have 35,000, which is enough to get the uploader's pass, which will allow us to do requests in exchange for tokens. I like the idea. And upgrading the value of text again. So here is the request uploader. Insert a requested file. So where do we get the requests? Here's where we can spend the tokens. Oh, the auto collector, that would be huge, but we need 10 more tokens. Oh, we can buy an image downloader for 600,000. I think we'll get there eventually. Aha, there's more tokens, 5 of them. Well, let's get the request uploader down here, I think, and then connect the upload speed. And then maybe one text downloader can go there. That works, right? So we need to send 100 texts to complete the request. So instead of separating one text downloader there, let's just have both of them connect to here. We earn enough money on the processor that I think we'll be okay, especially if we upgrade it. $800 per second. Yeah, we're fine. Especially if we just upgrade the network 2 more times. 128 bits per second. Starting to get a little bit better. Still effectively running on dial-up. And that is fulfilling the request way sooner. Collect a little more money. And we can upgrade the processing value of the processor as well. Big word. Multiplicatively increases money gained from the processing seller by 100%. I like that idea. So I don't have to read that again. Request completed, awesome. So now we don't need the text going there anymore. Is there a way to track requests? We just completed a thing over here. Oh, there's the request, text, complete. Now text is just kind of sitting in here, but I think we can just leave that as is and then disconnect the uploader. And then all that can go right back to selling. Beautiful money-making operations resume, and we have 126,000. Oh, so now we can unlock an antivirus, which scans files for viruses, increasing their value. I like the sound of that. It's a CPU node. Scanned files are worth 4 times more, infected files are worth 4 times less. So we need to connect that to the clock speed, which I think we can split off comfortably. And then the folder can run up here to scan. Okay, so it looks like we have some infected files and some good ones. And I do know that there's a thing in here for uploading an infected file. So we could just do that once. There it is. Let's get a few more tokens out of that. And actually, that's enough to get the auto collector. Excellent. Which is a new utility node. So we just connect that to you, and then up here to you. And now we're automatically collecting it. Oh, that's working beautifully. Now we can just get rid of this one. But now we need to actually do something with all the files that we're scanning. So the good ones can go right over to the uploader, no problem. And then we need something to do with the infected ones, which we don't have a bin anymore. But I guess we can just put them in an inventory spot. Oh, we actually can't. But we can put them into a folder and then just not do anything with it. There might be a use for them later. But now with the scanned files, we're earning 1.28 thousand here from the uploader, which makes it way better than the processor, mostly because we're selling clock speed, but now that one is good. And it can scan the files quicker too, that's awesome. And the auto collector is working beautifully, but actually is it even collecting the money here? I think it is. Yeah, our money rate checks out. We should also be able to afford some more things here, node groups. That might be helpful, but I kind of want to save up the tokens for some of these other things, like there's an automated crypto seller here. That sounds like a good time. Is there another request that we can do? What is this? Schematics. Oh, there is more requests. More text, scan text, and then scan other things. Well, we can just divert the scan text to the request uploader, but it does need 1,000, so that might take a little bit, unless we go ahead and get another text downloader in here. I think our download speed is good enough that we can split it 3 ways, and then they can all go to the folder still. But currently we do have a lot of infected files. Hopefully we can do something with them, but for now we do have enough for the image downloader, which of course also needs download speed. But instead of being 100 bits, it's 10,000 bits, or 10 kilobits. For now, let's split off one of the text downloaders and then do this. Yeah, those images take a while with the limited download speed there is. So we'll need to upgrade this quite a few times to keep up with that. Or we dedicate everything to the image downloader, which is helping the virus scanner there. So we will get there eventually. Let's also just increase the value of text over here because we can to a nice amount. And there we have one image. So are we gonna need a separate virus scanner for the images? Probably. So we can still kind of scan the text easily enough, and then we connect to the input here, which does take longer to scan, but we should be able to send the infected images to this folder as well. And sure enough, we can. Hopefully this first image is actually safe so we can sell it and see how much they're worth. And sure enough, it was infected, of course. Ooh, but now we have a good image. Hopefully we can send the good image to the same uploader here, and sure enough, we can. That is worth 3.85 thousand. But it does take a while, and the request for the images that are scanned is also needing 1,000. Oh goodness. Well, we sold one, so we can say that. We're almost at 1 million. But for now, why don't we put the images into a folder so they're not sitting in the downloader here? Not sure if it matters, but it seems like a good thing to me. So we can just collect them off to the side, as slow as a rate of growth as this is. We are about halfway to the scan text request amount. But here, let's break off that downloader and then just put it with this one so we can get that a lot sooner by scanning more text. And then break off this one too so we get more processing speed. And we still have so many infected texts here. Well, we are at 1 million, which is actually enough to add another core. There we go, we have 2 processing cores. So that should help the money thing sell, yes. Oh, but I guess we can only sell 1 core at a time, but at least it's not being diverted. So we are making 3,000 per second here. And that's a dedicated core for virus scanning, which the scanner is keeping up with the download speed, which is very nice. I guess technically we could sell the infected files, they're just worth less. Well, in any case, let's get more network power here. And just that one increase is so much more powerful. And we'll increase the value of text again. Once we start selling these again, this gotta be worth so much. Just a few more files. And there we go, request completed. That's another 25 tokens. Now, never mind that one. All these good files go right to the uploader. So that adds $9.2 thousand per second. Excellent. And it quickly goes through them because we sell them faster than they get scanned. especially if we get more network speed, but now that costs over $1 million, just like everything else. And another core costs $1 billion, goodness. And we also have over 1,000 infected files now. Well, I think this operation is fine in total, so we can divert some downloading to the image, which is notably faster now. But if the images are worth more than the files, I think we can break off one of these text downloaders here, just to get a little more downloading speed to the image. And that is kinda doing better. There's another image, which we should start connecting to the other virus scanner. So this is slowing down enough that there's more text coming in than there are getting scanned, but also our time might be better spent right now trying to get more images to the requests. So we do that, the scanned images can stay there, and now we're starting to upload images for the request as soon as we get more. But we do have $2.4 million now. That's enough to improve the network yet again. Now we actually have 1 kilobit per second. Bits, bytes, I don't know the difference. But man, the network is split so much, we are only getting 0.03 of an image every second. And that's only from splitting the download 3 ways. But if we break off a text downloader connection, then that should help out the scanner keep up with all of its demand, because that is a lot of demand. And ultimately, I think it is paying off. We're earning $10,000 per second. And we can upgrade the clock speed. Now it's scanning faster. About as fast as we are downloading text files, so that's good news. We should be able to upgrade the processing value better now, since we're just selling the raw clocking speed and the value of text, so that's actually maxed out. So we're earning as much as we can for the text files, which is, 10.2, but in total, we're earning 23,000 per second. So that helps us get through all the text files that the virus scanner was collecting. And we do have 95 tokens now. You know, maybe we will unlock this just to have it. There's also boosts that we could get, but I'm not sure I want to get that yet. Also, the amount of processing value upgrades here is insane. Oh, we got new upgrades available. Crypto value. We're not even at that point yet, and that costs 80 million. And Antivirus Plus. Ooh, unlocks the Quarantine, which removes viruses from files for increased value. That's what we need the infected files for. But now we have 4 million, so we can unlock the GPU. Oh, so there's the Bitcoin miner. GPU speed here. Hopefully this isn't using my IRL GPU, but there we go. We're mining Litecoin, which has a different connection out here. So we need a different seller. That is also a lot of demand for a single Litecoin, but I think we can just let that cook. If we dedicate everything to the image collection here, then we can certainly collect them faster, but would we be able to match the value of the text files with the images? 32,000 per second there. Okay, so that does do better than the text. So here, let's group all these text downloaders together by expanding this, and then all of them go inside there. Is that how that works? Yeah, that is how that works. Slick. And we can actually start to increase the value of the images. That should change things around. There we go. 78,000 per second, even as slow as the image collection is. But we're also kind of relying on this for the money making instead of doing requests. For right now though, I think that's fine. And let's also start to increase the value of the clock speed even more. We are almost earning 100,000 per second. Still got no idea what to do with the Litecoin, but he's just kind of doing his thing. So why don't we just make that its own node group? There we go. And then we upgrade the download speed even more, which I think we can. Okay, we just doubled it. Okay, the images are already earning us 100,000 just by themselves, but we do have 10 million now, so we can actually increase that even more. 153,000 from the images. And I might be wrong, but it seems like we're actually downloading the images faster than we can scan them. I think that's correct, because the scanned image rate is slower than the normal image rate. So that's cool. We can upgrade the clock speed here, and now it's a 2-to-1 on the scanning speed. At least it is until we upgrade the upload and download more. Almost a third of an image every second. That's way better. And that puts our money collection rate at 300,000 per second. Another upgrade to the network, and the clocking speed. The clocking speed is earning 100,000 now. We're earning about 500,000 every second. Oh, this is good. Especially because we need a lot to upgrade the GPU speed here. Oh, is right here, crypto seller. Go figure, it had to be in a separate tab for reasons. But now that can go there, and we are seeing an increase of crypto prices. So we just watch it and then sell when it's high. This is 76 million? Oh my gosh, it's about to crash. Okay. Oh, I think, was that the crash, or is that just because we didn't have any Bitcoins? But we just got 79 million, just like that. And we can easily upgrade the GPU. And again, okay, sure enough, it is based on how much crypto coin we have, but that is already looking so good. And let's go ahead and upgrade the value of the images. And again, so our money collection rate up here is 75,000 per second, or 750,000 per second. I'm not sure our images could ever keep up with that. And we're not uploading requests, so we'll just put all of that upload speed towards uploading the secured images. Oh, there's a crypto crash. It's not worth very much anymore. Really gotta watch this when it gets high. Oh, there it is. We can unlock the antivirus. Antivirus Plus, which is right here, Quarantine, which we should be able to just connect to the folder here. We might need more than one just for the file types. So you go up there, you go down here, and then at the end of it, we would get secured files of each. But that does mean we would need more processor speed, although we might be able to pick them off. There we go, it's cleaning all the text files. So we can stop putting the images here, put them down here, and then the secure text can go to here. I am not sure. Okay, yeah, that really hurts our money rate because the text files are not worth nearly as much, but it does help us clean up the infected files. And that is just blazing through them too. Might as well clean all these up and get the money for it. There we go, they're all cleaned up. And then you can go down here to this quarantine to clean up the images. Why don't we have a separate folder just for the clean stuff? But it's a little weird because we can't have more than one input to a thing unless we do that, which I guess is fine. So now over here, we can send off the cleaned images and we can sell them. Is that healing our money rate? I don't know if it is. I think it is because there's a lot of money stored up here that's just slowly being collected. And how are we doing here? 124? We'll take it. So what are we gonna need more of? It would take all of our money to upgrade the GPU speed, probably more network speed, more than anything. So now we can download almost one image every second. Oh, I didn't realize we actually had a lot of images stored up without uploading. That's an easy fix there. Request completed. At least we can do the basic file types because they don't need ludicrous amounts. But we also have some achievements that we can claim, like removing virus from an infected file. So there's infected and there's also corrupted files. And we can start to do multiplicative increases to money from crypto here, and then increase the value of image files. Probably should have done that sooner, but the fact is that that is storing up millions in the auto collector to be collected. For whatever reason, we just can't see what the money rate is down here. And now you can go back to the scanner, which we do need to start clocking. Okay, there it is, 1.4 million every second? Oh, that's amazing. Well, let's upgrade the clock speed here with all that money. That's more like it. Oh, and we got new file types, including a new resource here, which I'm guessing is research. Dissymmetry doubles download speed. Oh boy. Let's get more from selling processing though, which we are up to 3 million every second. Definitely gonna need that for how much things we have going on here. Our system may not look like much, but it is getting bigger. Whoa, here's research. Use research points to permanently unlock new features and technologies. Okay, so that one is free, but we still need the research station to do any of this, which costs 1 billion, but we're pretty well on our way there, especially if we sell when the crypto is high. And there we go, 1 billion. Research unlocked. Another system to set up, yay. Uses files to generate research. I see. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that the text files offer the least amount, but I still want to see that, especially with how fast we generate files with everything going on. And the image download really doesn't slow down. Okay, it slows down quite a bit, but I think that's still manageable. Oh, and I guess we are sending them to be scanned. Hold on, break that off, and then scan these. All right, now that we're actually collecting files here, we are earning 0.2 research every second, which is another currency that we can collect, which we should be able to just set up like so. And now we're collecting research points. It still costs quite a bit to unlock one of these things, parallelism. Synchronizer nodes, that sounds like an interesting idea. But there is also the dissymmetry here, which would be so good. It also really turns up the computer sounds when you look over here. But we definitely need more research speed going on, but that costs 8 billion. And crypto just crashed, so I can't even sell that. Oh, it's going back up again. That's it, keep going. No, don't go down, go up. There we go. Up more. No, it's going down again. Woo, big boost. Oh, massive boost. Keep going. Yes, keep going. 300 million? Is that as high as it goes? That might be as high as it goes. We're selling 300 million, just like that. I do kind of wonder if these scanned texts do more for research, but there is still a lot of unscanned text to go through here, so we'll let that cook. More network upgrades, and each of these text downloaders is generating 40 per second. But man, this is taking a while. Well, in any case, the texts that are collected here can go to the virus scanner, and then we might as well upgrade crypto because that is a huge money scheme there, and a little more processing value. So I'd say our processing is pretty good on things right now. We could improve it to go through the images quicker, but I think it's doing okay on its own. We have so many texts coming in here that are safe. More value to the images. Crypto's looking good up here, but I think I'll let this cook until it's worth $1 billion, because then it could afford its own upgrade, which is enough to get this checksum validation, which validates file integrity. Oh, I bet this is with the corrupted file. I know I said I was saving up for the download speed, but this is another money-making scheme. Right here, checksum. So we have to run files through this first, or does it really matter? But we can try it now with the text here. So we input there, and it's all there in an instant, which of course we're probably gonna need a new file for the things there. Okay, so there are different combinations. Is there a cleaner with this? There, the re-downloader. 3,000 research points, oh my goodness. But we can get the synchronizer node, allowing CPU cores and GPUs to work synchronously, so it's a good thing they're right next to each other. Okay, multiple clock speed into a single speed. So is this a way to like artificially double our clock speed? It looks like it is. So let's disconnect all the clocking things right now, and then if we distribute it, that should be working doubly well. And then we can process down here. Let's have a dedicated folder for the checksum files, which I have no idea what that symbol means, but that does increase the value. But now it looks like there are equal parts corrupted text and clean text. But it looks like our clock speed is putting out 19 kilohertz here. This one isn't quite up to 12 because we're still selling some processing, even though I have no idea what that means. But pretty soon we're gonna get a third core here because we'll have $1 billion, which we could have gotten sooner if crypto didn't crash. Oh, they're selling for $1 billion. Yes, maximum value. Now we can add another core there and then zip that right over to the synchronizer. So now we're putting out 32 kilohertz. I don't know why we're selling the raw processing power. We should divert some of this to the selling there too, which I guess is doing the same thing. I guess there might be so many splits happening out here that it kind of just pans out that way anyway. But let's upgrade the crypto value, because when that sells at how much it did, we should be able to upgrade the research sooner. But now that we're able to checksum verify things, we should stop selling these images directly to the uploader and then run them through here, which hopefully doesn't take too long, and thankfully it doesn't. Now both of those folders are good there, and then if we sell the checksum verified and safe images, which is all the way over there, that is 4 million per second. So the text there is worth 1 research, whereas a secure text is worth 1 as well. The images are worth 2, but that doesn't really change based on their condition. But there we have 120 research, so we can actually double our download speed. So that's way more text files, more than can actually be sent off, which is kind of surprising. But also, we're getting images a lot faster too. Ooh, and it's time to sell crypto, which we can almost get another GPU core for. And I think our tokens are gonna be better spent buying these boosts here, so we can double all of our income and the download and upload speed. And you know what? Double the GPU speed as well, especially if we go ahead and do more upgrades over here on the network. Our download speed is 130 kilobits per second. So we're approaching megabit speeds. Is this what it was like building the internet from scratch? And we haven't doubled the processing speed, so we're stacking a lot of images here to be scanned. Maybe we should just do that. Our total income now is 23 million per second. That is very good. It's just a shame it doesn't help research speed. But now we're at $4 billion, so we can unlock the sound downloader, which are 1 megabyte in size. And I think also means we're gonna need another virus scanner for all that. So let's see how much this hurts. Oh yeah, only 0.03 of a sound every second. Oh, yikes. Like, we're still getting plenty of text every second, but the images has slowed down noticeably. These better be worth so much. Well, since we have all the pieces, might as well put it through all the paces, which is really splitting up the clocking speed. I feel like our system might crash if the boosts wear off, but we won't worry about that. Oh, and it looks like we actually maxed out the amount of inputs on this folder. So let's disconnect that, and then we'll get a separate folder for sounds. So things have slowed down, but we can still upgrade to improve it. And we're actually getting a nice amount of images every second now. Very good. So much so that we're overloading the virus scanner. I feel like our clocking might be a little too slow. So we can upgrade that twice. So it's putting out 256 kilohertz every second, which is working a little faster. Oh, we're actually getting an image to the checksum verifier. Hopefully it's good. And yeah, it looked like it was corrupted. So we got quite a few things here that we can sort through as soon as we get to the re-downloader, which I'm guessing relies on download speed. So that's another resource that needs insane upgrading. But we can sell the crypto for 7.4 billion, which is enough to comfortably add another GPU core, which I think now we need the synchronizer here as another step in the process. So now we're earning 1.5 Bitcoins every second. Way better. Also, our passive income is 64 million per second. That is so good. But man, the sound download doesn't go up much at all. Oh, but we actually have enough to upgrade research. Yes, 0.4 every second. And I think if we started sending images here or sound files, whatever, it would take longer to get through each of them because they're worth more. And we can only have one data lab, so it's not like we can double our research output. But let's spend $1 billion to upgrade the GPU cores. And then as soon as crypto recovers, we should be able to sell this for lots of billions. But my goodness, it has flatlined. Oh, there it goes up. It's not even at the top and it's worth $1 billion. Oh, big jumps. There it is, 2.6 billion, we'll take it. And the images upgrade can be maxed out, so we're getting the maximum value from these images. Okay, it might just be 2.5 million by itself, but it does have some bonuses on it, so we're still getting 18 million per second down here, which is most of our income. The clocking speed isn't doing much on the selling front, so maybe we can stop this chain. And now that all of that is sold, we disconnect this, and we really don't lose a lot of income. Okay, not gonna lie, it didn't occur to me to have 2 uploaders going, but that does give us somewhere to put all of these text files that have been safe and compiled correctly, which adds another million to the income. It's not much in the face of the images, but it's something. Actually, is there a request for the... Okay, there is a request for these texts, including the corrupted ones. Interesting. So that is somewhere that we could start putting this to, but we kind of sent everything over there already. It also is not request for things in both conditions. Like, it's either compiled correctly or it's safe, but not both. Well, we can start to put the texts in here. That should compile 1,000 quickly, and then that's an instant request completion. Oh, but we already did that. That's right. But I think we'll need a much better rate of production if we're gonna do that feasibly. At least now we can sell the crypto for 13 billion, which lets us upgrade the research yet again for almost 1 research point every second. And we can upgrade the GPU as well to get the crypto coins faster, 3 per second. Oh, and it looks like all of our boosts ran out, so we can activate all these, including doubling the research speed. So that's helping things out. And because of that, we now have 1,000 research points. So now we can get the data refinement, which next is Bitcoin mining. I thought I was already doing that. Or is Litecoin different from Bitcoin? It might be. Medium volatility? Yeah, because the Litecoin has low volatility. But that doesn't matter now. Which, where's the thing? Oh, this thing scrolls? I didn't realize that. Data refiner. So we process it and input it, and then it should be worth more when it comes out. So I guess we can stick you over here instead, and we can split off the text thing here to go into there, which is still putting in text files at a decent pace. And of course, that's another break in the clocking. But now it's refined text files, or filtered, which makes them work too. We might as well just plug that in now. So now we're earning 3 data points every second. Way better. And since we're splitting so much, we should upgrade the processor a few times. And we also have 3,000 Litecoins here. So even when it crashes, it's worth 13 billion. And of course, I looked over right after the peak. But even without that, our money rate is at 133 million per second. I don't even think we've done anything with the sounds yet, but we can also upgrade the crypto value more here. So now at the peak, the crypto's worth 145 billion. Huge! I don't even know what to spend that money on. Probably more download speeds. Actually, we should be able to upgrade the research again, which doesn't look like it changed anything. We're still earning the same amount, and the same amount of research is still happening, so not sure what that was about. But now I do want to see what the sounds can sell for, which is 106 million per second? Oh, wow. It just is very slow to upload. That is still good, I'd say. And we do have 1,000 research points again, which does give us access to scheduling, but we don't really need that. The network exchanger we don't need. The next thing we need is a re-downloader to fix corrupt files. But here, let's upgrade the GPU cluster to get more crypto coins faster so that we can sell them for much more. And there we have it, 3,000 research points. So we just get the data refiner, or the re-downloader. We already had the refiner. And then it's right here. Of course, it relies on download speed, probably depending on the file type as well, but might as well branch it again. So it's still doing 43 kilobits per second, and then we can start with the text files here because there's a lot of them. Is that really worth it though? We're selling the images, might as well do the images. And there we go, new achievement, Data Healer. For 25 more coins, healing a corrupted file. The boosts honestly go through the coins kind of quickly, and I looked at the list here for all of the upgrades that we can get with more coins, and I think they're worth getting, like more network nodes or data lab nodes. So we should probably stop using the boost for a little bit, but now we're getting more images there that can feed directly into here. So that's more that can be sold, and there's 5,000 to go through. So that's really given a boost to our income, 200 million per second. And the crypto here, oh, it should be going to the peak, but it just keeps crashing. Way crashing, goodness. But here, upgrade this a few more times. We got half of a megabit per second here on the download speed. Oh, we got big increases again. Come on, get to the top. Almost there. Nice amount. There it is, 186 billion from crypto. Now, if we can start reliably getting sounds out, then that would be more money that we can sell there. Okay, crypto has hit the roof. Might as well sell for 120 billion pretty much. Oh, it dipped right at the last second, really? Well, we still got a nice amount of billions. And we can use that to upgrade the research even more. There's the upgrade, yes! Go through all those million texts, why don't you? Not that I really want them, but we might as well unlock the scheduling and the network exchanger. So now there's 130 kilobits going in, and now we're getting 13% of a sound every second. That's a little bit better. And now the research costs 2 trillion to upgrade. Well, we can use the money that we do have to upgrade our network even further, because that still is only hundreds of billions. I say like that's a small number, but I think what we have right now is pretty good for what we're able to accomplish in this small amount of time. We have quite the network here, just giving endless amounts of money, but there is some more things that we can get into, like Bitcoin mining and some things up here that look like hacking government buildings. So if you guys want to see more of Upload Labs, then be sure to let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and sub to Intern.